morning students. Hope you all are fine. You have completed your pre-annual examination, and today we will start our annual portion. Annual portion already started, but the next chapter I will start. The chapter name is, that is chapter 6, Natural Resources. Chapter 6. This is Natural Resources. Okay. So, what do you mean by? First of all, we should know that what is called natural resources. See, natural resources means which help us and which is very much useful to us. Okay, the things which are not useful to us, it may be very costly, but this is not considered as the resource. So, resources are the things that help us to fulfill the necessity of life. Okay, and this may be money, land, machine, anything. If we need that to serve our different purposes, then it will be considered as the resource. Natural resources are the valuable things which are provided to us by nature. When natural resource, that means it is obviously provided by nature. And these are soils, rocks, fuel, plants, animals. These all are very much useful to us, and that is why they are considered as the resource. We use these things in our daily lives. These things are gift of all natural resources. Okay? So, the first thing we are reading is that introduction. That is the definition of resources. Okay. Example also given. Example as it is natural resources, we are telling the soil, water, air, plants, even animals, they all are known as our natural resources, because they are helping us in different ways. Next paragraph, use of natural resources. How do you use? Here, forest and grasslands, about that it is told that they are very much helpful in many ways, because they provide us wood and grass to make paper. Not only paper, it is used for making the timber, for getting timber, firewood and medicine in many ways. So, somehow they are giving us many things. People use the grasslands to graze animals. Forests also provide us fruits, vegetables, honey, bamboos and other things. Forests and grassland provide natural home to the wild animals. Okay, natural home to the wild animals, because they take the shelter on these forests. So this way it is also a resource, definitely. They also protect the soil from erosion. We know if the land is covered by forest, then it will help from the erosion. So forest definitely important resource, forest and grasslands. The next thing we are coming as the classification. Number 2, classification of resources. Okay. The classification, what we are knowing, that there are two types of resources. Number one is renewable. It is renewable. And number two is non-renewable. Okay, these are two types, renewable and non-renewable. So, renewable resources are what? See, the sources that can be used again. Renewable. So, once it is finished means we can get it again. That is renewable. Solar energy, then light, water, soil, air. These are renewable sources of energy. And non-renewable are those which we cannot use again if it is used once. Okay, if it is used once, then we are not able to get it again. So this is non-renewable: iron, copper, gold, fuels, etc. Burning of coal and petroleum cause harm to the human lives also. As we know, this global warming taking place due to excessive burning of those. So, two types, and example also we are reading example of them. Next, there is a chart. The chart is showing that renewable and non-renewable resources. The differences given here. The differences, there are many points. So these points you will be reading. Like they cannot be exhausted and can be used again. And here non-renewable, they cannot be used again if used once. We are using more coal and petroleum means it is being finished. These are found in ultimate quantity and these are found in limited quantity. The renewable sources of energy are pollution free and non-renewable sources of energy are not pollution free. They are causing pollution. They have high maintenance cost. Non-renewable, they have low maintenance cost. They emit low carbon. They have high carbon emission. This way, solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, these are the example, and non-renewable, coal, petroleum, these are. Okay. So now we will be reading them in detail. In detail, we will see that what are the names of renewable resources. Let us see renewable resources. First of all, we are going to have the names as the renewable resource is that air, soil, animals, wind energy, water, plant, solar energy. These are different renewable sources of energy. First one is air. Air is very helpful to us because we cannot survive in the absence of oxygen. So first thing we are reading air. We cannot live without air. Plants release oxygen, absorb carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. We use oxygen to burn fuels and other gases like nitrogen, oxygen, some other gases in the air for many useful purposes. Nitrogen is also used to fill food packages and prevents food from spoiling. Next is water. Number 2, water is also very helpful to us. We need water every day for various purposes such as cooking, washing, drinking. We know what are the uses of water. Okay, but salty water is not useful to us. Seawater is the main source of rain, which renews our supply of fresh water. A major part of rainwater flows in the rivers. Some of it is collected in tanks and lakes and gets collected underground. Okay, so due to the seepage, rainwater goes underground and they are remaining as the groundwater. Next is soil. Soil is also very important. Plants draw water and minerals from the soil. So without soil there will be no growth of plants. That you know. Soil is also home of many small animals like worms and microorganisms. Soil is composed of rocky particles. It is formed by weathering of rocks. So soil is important because without soil there will be no growth of plants and we will not be having any food for us. The small space in the soil contains air that provides oxygen which living cells need for living. The water present in the soil particles move upward, which helps in the growth of the plants. So, water gradually goes to the plants from the soil and then the plants grow. An important function of soil is to store and supply nutrients of the plants. Okay, nutrients of the plants, that is also stored, and if the soil is not fertile, then the growth of the plants will be hampered. Soil also acts as a decomposer. The remains of the dead plants and animals are buried in the soil. Next, we will be having plants. Plants. Plants are very important natural resource, definitely. We know the plants give us lot of food. Okay, vegetable, fruits, various nuts and cereals. They provide us cotton, which is very much needed for making our clothes. The wood from the plants are used for making the furnitures, used in the villages for cooking. Okay, they used the timber for furniture industry. Also, we get valuable medicine from the plants. So, we can understand how plants are useful to us. Why plants are known as natural resources. Different plants are different type of resource. Next is solar energy. Number 5, solar energy. Solar energy derived from sun is called solar energy. It is called as solar power. Solar energy captures the sun rays to produce the photovoltaic power. This energy is used as the power automotives and light, different type of machines can be operated through it. No pollution is there, so it is very helpful and it conserve our traditional fuel like coal and petroleum. It can be saved by the use of this energy. Next is wind. Number 6. Wind energy is an important renewable source of energy. It provides electricity across the world. It is considered as an alternative to the fuel. As we have seen solar energy, how it is helping us to generate power, wind also In the same way, it rotates wind turbine in the farmhouse for the production of electricity for supplying water to the plants. Okay, so somehow they are giving us energy. That energy we can use for operating many machines. Next is animals. Number 7. Animals are also called wildlife. It includes organisms that live in forest, grassland, ocean and lakes and so on. Some aquatic animals that are used by humans for eating, like fishes we consume. Animals maintain the environmental balance. We know how food chain is maintained. We know that all organisms are linked together, and large animals eat the small animals and the small animals eat smaller animals. So everything is in a chain. If a deer in the forest increases due to the large multiplication, they will eat all the plants and then human beings will not get anything to eat. So when the organism vanishes from any places, it is called an extinct animal. If we find animals are less in number, then that means it is extinction going on. And when very few of the particular organisms are left in the place or in the world, we call it as endangered. Okay, very few particular organisms when they are present, that means they are at the verge of extinction, that is endangered. So we must be conscious about that and we must protect them from extinction because it maintains the food chain which helping us to survive on the environment properly. Okay, so today I will be telling up to this only. This all we have said because it is told about the renewable resources. Renewable resources. Okay. So today we have discussed up to renewable resources. Next class we will be discussing about non-renewable resources. So thank you students. Hope you have understood the chapter. Go thoroughly with the chapter and I will be giving you the answer of the pre-annual question. So follow that.